Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day it is today. The sun is streaming through my window and playing with the Christmas decorations that are still up. And I've got a croaky morning voice, so I hope that's okay. Today, the prompt for our Pebble a Day journal prompts is from the garden. And yesterday I went out into the garden and found some decaying leaves that were strewn amongst the lawn. And I placed them in a bowl of warm water for about 20 minutes just so they uncurl and lose that crunchiness. And then I dried them off with a bit of kitchen paper and then placed them in some greaseproof paper and just folded that up and rested it under a book overnight just to flatten them out. And what you're left with is these lovely, soft, pliable leaves. You need a leaf if you're going to do this. If you're going to do a leaf printing, you need a leaf that's got lots of lines, raised veins underneath it. You're also going to need a plain piece of paper and a little caution. Before you do this, and you'll see why later, put a black bin liner just under your piece of paper or even some greaseproof paper or a carrier bag. Just put it underneath before you do anything. I didn't, and you'll see why that matters later on. So this is just a plain piece of paper. It's just normal carbon paper, just quite a big piece. And I'm just putting some water underneath it because we all know if you add water first, then whatever paint I put on next is going to move and play with each other. And this is a beautiful thing to do if you've got a big piece of paper. Don't do this just on a small piece of paper, or if you've only got small pieces, put a few pieces out because the effect is just lovely. Anywho, pop your leaves then, veiny side down, on top of your saturated paper, and you guys will have put a bin liner underneath. Pop your leaves on top, and then you noticed at the beginning I've got some spray inks in various different forms. I've got spray acrylic inks, I've got acrylic inks that come with a pipette, and I've got acrylic ink that I've mixed myself that's in a little bottle with a narrow spout. So once these leaves are down, you're just going to spray amongst them. If you want, now and then, you can tilt your bottle, and you're going to see me doing this, and spray directionally under the leaf, but don't lift the leaves. That's the really important bit. Don't interfere with what's going on underneath. You are not going to get, by the way, a beautiful botanical imprint of these leaves. That's not what's going to happen. Instead, you're going to get some marks and some shapes and some patterns that are pretty near on impossible to get if you are going to try and do that by hand. You can see here, this is this little acrylic ink that I mixed myself. I'm just dotting it, and because it's got a spout, I can sort of get under the curls of the leaves and squirt up underneath it. And this one here, this is a bronze acrylic ink. The metallic ones, just to warn everybody, do get a bit sticky. I always mix mine with a little bit of water just to help it go far. Goodness knows if you're supposed to do that or not, but it works for me. So just squirting, layering, just popping loads of ink. And this project is one that takes time. Not, you don't have to be with it the whole time, but it's you've got to get the leaves, clean the leaves, press the leaves, dry them out. And indeed, this piece of painting will take overnight to dry as well. So once I've got all of the inks down that I want to have down, I'm going to take my greaseproof paper that I had to wrap my leaves up in, pop that all the way over the top, and then I take a really heavy wooden chopping board that I have, pop that on top, or some heavy books would work, and then leave it somewhere warm overnight. Don't be tempted to just do this over a couple of hours. It needs overnight. Okay, so the next morning, lift that board up, take your paper up, and any minute now, you're going to see why it was important that I would have put a black bin liner or some form of sheeting underneath my paper, because acrylic ink and carbon paper tends to leak through, and it means that I've got several sheets of paper that have all stuck together, but that's okay. That's okay. I managed. I carefully separated the papers in the end. Anyhow, peel off those leaves, and it's funny, on camera you don't get the wow effect until I zoom it in, but where that metallic ink has settled, because it's got metallic pigments in it, it sort of dries with raised effects. So some of the leaf veins, or where the skeletal leaves are, have meant that metallic paint has raised. But certainly, when you look up close, you can see all the ways that those leaves have asked the ink to dry. It's a bit of an upgrade from the thread pebble that we did on day one. Here you go. See how it stuck? Took a little bit of time. Anyway, so here you go. You can see here, when I close up on it, you can see where those leaves have left their mark. And those beautiful inks, that green and the pink, just work so well together. So I have cut out a stencil that is going to be my pebble shape for today, and I use my charcoal pencil just to mark around the pebble shapes, and then use the warmth from my finger to soften the charcoal, and then you've got an edge to it. And of course you don't have to do that. You could leave it without a darker edge if you want. Don't go too mad on the charcoal. We don't want great big thick black edges. It's quite delicate. This shape here, oh, I just love it. It's like a phoenix. I don't end up using that one, but I couldn't help but cut more than one out because they were so yummy, and I have a feeling that these will be making a reappearance later on in the journal somewhere. Anyway, thought for today as you're watching this. There's something about watching something appear that you have no control over, that is both incredibly frightening and very exciting at the same time. And I think sometimes we can confuse those feelings, and sometimes we can be too frightened to let something exciting happen. And that happens with art as well, I think. Sometimes you can really want to have a go, and you can mistake that excitement inside for terror, and you can hold yourself back. So don't hold yourself back, make messes, do beautiful things. What on earth terrible thing can happen if you do? Anyway, that's my thought for today. I hope you're enjoying the pebbles. Lots of you are posting onto the page, which is delightful. I'll put the link in the comments below. Lots of you have joined the WhatsApp newsletter. I'll put that link in the description below. And you know what? If you want to say thanks, if you want to give something back, please drop a like. Please comment. That's really important. Please follow the YouTube page, and come over and say hi on Facebook. I'll see you all soon. I'm out of breath. You whisper gently to the silent trees.
the secrets of the late night breeze. It's all pretend. Don't you worry now, don't you worry now, my love. Your day was rough, an easy slip and then you're out the door. You had enough, these empty vows come again no more. Oh, it's all pretend, so don't you worry.